Welcome back to Terrorball, an ongoing history. Before I start this video, I do want to mention that this is covering just 1 week. However, this is for the sake of making the next episodes easier to make, considering that I would have to explain that I'm covering Preseason 1, Week 11, and Preseason 2, weeks 1 through whatever. So I'm just making one video that's covering Preseason 1, Week 11, and then when Preseason 2 starts, I'll start doing those in their own videos. I just thought it would make things less complicated for you as the viewer. So with that, let's hop into a Q&A. I did a post-production of episode 1 about weeks 1 through 10. So when I asked Gina these questions, she of course initially responded, and then I asked if she could clarify any of these things, and so she then did, and those are like what I'm calling her revised statements. So our first question is, does grave count equal death count? To which she initially answered no comment, and then her revised statement is the word redacted in brackets, not like in her blocky text that she usually uses when she is actually like getting redacted by some whatever force is causing her to be redacted. I want to specify that for clear reasons. I feel like she is redacting herself in this situation. Then our second question is, who is Finley Braxton? To which she initially answers no comment, and then a revised statement is extra player. I don't necessarily know why she couldn't have just told us that it was an extra player. Maybe she assumes she might have gotten redacted for it, and maybe there's some information of who Finley Braxton is that we aren't getting, except for just extra player, so who knows. And then lastly, I wanted to get very specific with this question. Is Deborah Ubuntu physically in the dirt, as in actually dead, as in their life is gone? And Gina initially responds with, Deborah Ubuntu is dead. I have no issues with that. And then her revised is good. Just good. And so that's all the questions I got answered from when I initially questioned her in between the production of last episode and this episode. So with that, we're going to move on to week 11 and what we got in there. Week 11 and Week 11.1 starts with the announcement of January 9th being the first best of 3 of round 1 of playoffs. That's a lot of ofs. The day before the first match, Gina posted the vote for this week being something new or something borrowed. This something would be given to the winner of the playoffs. The Boardwalkers and Apple Barons are playing in this first stream. James got Gina a vase, which has sunflowers in it. Weird thing to mention, but I just thought it was a nice gesture, and we should recognize James for that. The Boardwalkers sweep the Barons, which gets themselves a nice stadium, finally, and get to move on to round 2. However, the Barons do not go home empty-handed. They do get a new logo, or at least the reveal of it, but either way, still good for them. Week 11.2 has the Cranes versus the Al Dente, and Game 1 starts with the sun out, which is very odd for the nerd, considering it's very, very rainy nowadays. Gina also says that she thought the sun died, and Gina writes this incident off as us being in the eye of the storm. We found out that round 2 will have a reveal, and also Will-O-Wisc's previous occupation is human. Whisk, I guess, is not human anymore. Take that as you will. The Al Dente win, which is very surprising, but good on them. Before Week 11.3 started, a trailer for Round 2 was posted on the YouTube channel, which gave way to some thoughts of how important this stream might be. So, during the stream, the Twitch account reached 200 followers, so Gina let the fans ask a question about one player from each team. So we learned that Jamari Harrion was a video games tester, and Kaza Ayaman, who was an amateur wrestler. Now, it's time to talk about the Walkers' new stadium. Welcome to Diamond Pier. The tram car allows batters to hitch a ride around bases and keep their position between innings. Make sure you are watching it. If a batter crosses home base while on the tram, they get a chili dog for their run. Al Dente beat the Boardwalkers, going on to round 3 and the finals. That's right, this stream is super long. I'm just gonna let the following clip play out just so you know how I felt when I watched this live.
Happy time zone, Terrorball fans. Welcome to round 3 of the playoffs here in the preseason. Thank you so much for joining us. An exciting game back in Jersey. But here we are. Providence Dente taking the winners of the Pacific and Nevada teams. We, of course, have the Lake Mead Busy Bees. So excited to have you all here. Really fun time.
For the first time in what we have seen as Tball fans, a real on-screen announcer appears. This is Joey T. Badger. If you don't know who Joey T. Badger is, he was a very popular sportscaster for the fictional game of Blaseball, which is very similar to Tball. And Joey introduces us to the Pacific and Nevada teams, aka Pants. Pants has a different setup to games, 6 innings, but with 4 outs instead of the usual 3. So it's basically the same length as a regular match of baseball. And let's talk about this new team, the Lake Mead Busy Bees, in their stadium, the Honeycomb Dam. The dam prevents any home runs from occurring, so it's a fine mechanic, meaning that there isn't as much to worry when bases are loaded. I currently do not have stats on the Lake Mead Busy Bees players, nor does the rest of the community. Joey also tells us that James is the games manager for Pants, and during this stream, it is also revealed how it feels to be redacted, and I'll let Joey explain.
What would happen when you say the team's names? There's a searing pain in my brain, and it feels like it's in my soul. It is both hot and it is freezing, and it feels like when you are the only person in a dark room, like an auditorium. Not good. So I'm not going to say it.
Surprisingly, this match ends in a tie, which the winner is decided differently in Pants with a dice roll, and I'll let this clip play out too.
All right. Let's send the Cactus out to the mound. Clulia up to the mound. The 6 players in each of the team's batting order. The umpire comes up to the mound and hands each player a sleek wooden box. They open the box to reveal 2 6-sided dice. Cactus rolls. Cactus rolls an 8, slightly above average. Let's see what Clulia has to roll. Has to beat an 8. And 7! Congratulations, Providence Al Dente! And a last-minute comeback chance by the Lake Mead Busy Bees. Al Dente secures it and overtime rules by one point of the dice.
And there you have it. The Al Dente take home something new. That's at least what the current vote for it says. I don't know if that'll change anytime soon, but that is week 11 as we know it. So we're going to move on to some couple post-preseason 1 facts and whatnot. After the match was over, Joey sat and talked to all those watching that he and his development studio, Badger Hub Studios, are working on Tball. And so to them, keep it up. You're doing a good job. I'm really appreciating all the hard work you guys are putting into this. Also, you'll notice in these clips that Joey is wearing Tball merch, which I'll definitely be purchasing myself at least a hat, just because it looks awesome. So there is info that Gina does not share, which comes from Joey's dev streams and in the Terrorball channel of the Badger Hub, or the Badger Hub's Discord server. The current Tball team as of now consists of Joey, Marissa, Mur, Serp, and Bridget. We also find that Tball uses just balls, not baseballs, not Terrorballs, but balls. As of writing, the team info on the website is not up to date, and here is the plan that Joey has posted to the Terrorball channel in his Discord. So I'd like to highlight the start preseason 2, the horror and teamwork, and then end preseason 2. And so I feel like there may or may not be, like, I feel like we're getting close to preseason 2. Obviously, we're patient. We're patient fans. So we will wait until it is done, okay? Take your time. To the devs, take your time, all right? Take your time. We have a lot of we can wait, I think. Also after this is our first hint at some stuff. On the Terrorball channel in Badger Hub, Joey posted the emoji on Discord 1234 and then in parentheses new. Now, this has nothing to do with teams and of course is new. As usual, I asked Gina about it. This was her response. These 4 things are possibly different items that we have to collect. Joey later says that 1234 should really be WSPC. The chat goes on to try to figure out what it means. As of writing, I just realized, yeah, there we go. These are the currencies seen in this image from Joey shared on the server. These currencies are wands, swords, pentacles, and cups. These can be earned from the fantasy part of Terrorball. So I'm going to move on to explaining what fantasy is, which this info is very much subject to change. So don't get mad at me if this isn't right by the time Terrorball is officially launched. So you have picking from 6 players, 3 for your lineup and 3 for pitching rotation. Each position on your roster has different qualifiers. These qualifiers allow you to gain different mana. Each player has 2 slots for these qualifiers. The major qualifier doubles its earnings, while the minor earns regular. Qualifiers include hitting or catching a ground out, striking out a player, hitting a home run, simply hitting, making an error. Basically, there's a lot of ways of earning mana. Mana is the general name of the currency, I believe. Now, we've also got some new stuff from these dev streams. This is where most of this is originating from. So 1, there are league-wide choices, which is basically the voting on Blue Sky. You still and will continue to only have 1 vote, and you are able to change it before the vote is finished. There will also be league challenges, according to this message on Badger Hub, and thankfully someone directed me towards Joey's dev streams. These challenges have fans putting in mana, which are the currencies I mentioned earlier, to complete a goal. These goals are implied to have different levels of completion, so it's sort of like a Twitch hype train in a way. There can be multiple mana inputs, so a challenge can need 2 types of mana instead of 1, or 3, or 4. These challenges will have consequences, good or bad. I don't know. Also, there will be team-specific challenges, so instead, as a fan of one team, you might be given a challenge that you fans have to do. Oh, by the way, there was an announcement as of writing this yesterday that Terrorball will be coming back this June 30th. I'll just let the trailer play for you. Near the end of that trailer, the weather forecast gets super staticky, and so that could be, I don't think it's the Northeaster. I also find it interesting that it's also not coming from the Northeast. It's coming from somewhere else, like in the United States, which is very interesting. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm excited for preseason 2 though. I'm very excited. All right, that I believe that's it for this video. Once again, I want to thank the dev team for one. I appreciate all their work. It was very surprising to see Joey show up on stream. It was very shocking. I was a bit overwhelmed, if I'm gonna be honest, but I was very surprised, and I think it's awesome to see Joey move from baseball and create something new and that sort of replaces that, but also is trying to create a new like plot. It's very much clear that they're trying to change it up from what baseball was. And if you don't know what baseball is, look it up. I'm not going to explain it here because I assume most people watching this probably do know what baseball is. But I'm very interested to see where the rest of this story goes because I'm just very excited. I'm very excited. This also has been a ramble. I'm unscripted once again at the end of these, but seriously, keep up the good work to the dev team, to the fans. Also, keep up the good work. You guys are awesome as usual. I appreciate the support from the previous video, and I'm gonna keep doing these. I'm gonna keep updating my Google Doc as we explore the world of Terrorball and all of its neat intricacies and whatnot. So, thank you for watching and listening to this ramble once again. And have a good day, night, evening, whatever time zone you're in, I suppose. And talk to you next time.